another kind of deformation you could possibly have is deformation due to heating or cooling. If I take an entire part and raise every single atom in that part by a certain amount delta T, then I can predict how much thermal deformation that entire part is going to experience. And it turns out there was a proof that somebody in a class of mine did ages and ages ago that said, you know, something will expand this way due to thermal deformation, but it doesn't tend to shrink in the other direction due to Poisson's ratio like you might think due to stress. In fact, it expands evenly in every direction, so there is no conservation of volume, there is no conservation of density. The density decreases as you heat it up, but we get this even expansion. If nobody opposes that expansion, then this all occurs with zero stress. It's often a misunderstood point. If the expansion is perfectly even, that is, if every molecule of this object is kept at exactly the same temperature and all expands evenly, there's no stress caused by that. The times we get thermal stress would be the cases in which something heats up unevenly, asymmetrically, or when one part heats up more than the parts around it. And so a common type of problem would be if I have some rigid barriers here that are exactly 6 inches apart, and I put in a 6-inch aluminum bar that's exactly 6 inches long at room temperature, and then I give it a delta T of a particular amount, how much will it expand? So you go find the alpha value for aluminum, you multiply it by that original 6-inch length, you multiply it by the delta T, and you can find out how much that bar wants to expand. Why is it not expanding? So if I asked you for how much stress this bar was under as we hold it and restrain it to exactly 6 inches of length, how do I solve that problem? Well, in this case, the bar wants to expand by an amount delta T, but it's being compressed. And how much is it being compressed? Well, it's being compressed by that same amount delta, which is equivalent to a load on the end of it times the length divided by Young's modulus divided by the area. So that delta equals PL over A is the same delta we used here in tension. We've now got that same delta in compression. So what we're saying is it would like to thermally expand a certain amount, a few thousandths of an inch, or a few millionths of an inch maybe, but it can't do so, and the reason that it's staying compressed down to its original shape still is because of an axial stress.